Yo, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to just show off a brief room tour of my room and show you everything from the year I was born, which is right there, all the way to me now, all the way from today. This room is a time capsule of all the years of my life, and I just want to show every period of it, starting with the first thing I showed off here. This is one of the first things I've ever achieved in my life. This boy right here. That ass though. But yeah. This is from the very first year of my life right there that I barely remember, but I got this right after I was born and went straight to my grandmom's, and then after New Year's Eve I came straight back here at home. So this is gonna be a long one, but as you can see, over the years I've gotten many things. Okay. Gotten many things over the years, so much so that it can be kind of overwhelming. So I think by 2000, the very next year, we had most of these games. Definitely put a lot of hours into all of these games here, and I've actually shown some of these games on the channel, and this was the console that we used. This was originally my aunt's, and now we have it. So you can see there's a second one, which I believe was my grandmom's. And I had an old television. This is actually my grandmom's old television that she used to have. And I used to have a black television with a separate VCR. And now I can just put VCR tapes right in there, which you've seen a couple of my videos. And these are all from 2000 to 2001 to the 90s. These are all straight from the era. And even some of these DOS games, such as Doom. This is an old thing that we've had since the 90s. And even some of these NES games right here. And even these vinyls. These are all from the 80s, 70s even. So this is like a relic for sure. And most of the stuff outside here hasn't changed over the years, except for that trampoline. Maybe there was a pool, the pool being there at one point. This table's moved around countless times over the years, and these blinds have also changed over the years. So 2001, this is when this baby came into play, PlayStation 2. And we've already had this as well. A PlayStation 1 doesn't really work as well anymore, but this we've had for years, and most of these games, some of the best out there, first Jak and Daxter, all the way up to, I want to say even 2005. So now we're going to skip ahead here in time here, and we had all the Ratchet games, and we had gotten my first system ever, the GameCube, with the first game. This is actually not the original copy I had. We actually gave our original copies of games to some people, such as like Pokemon Stadium 2 and Ocarina of Time and all that, but this is the system I got when I was 4 years old. And even 2002, 2003, you know, we've already had a Game Boy Color. This thing doesn't really work as well anymore. I think it's corroded, but there's a Game Boy game here, the Game Boy Advance games. We'll get back to some of those, because over time we just got more and more games. So by 2005 we had pretty much a bunch of the games here, and we had our eyes trained on a new system. And even we were getting like DVDs. We had a huge DVD collection. We had Jurassic Park, Titanic, Godzilla vs. Destoria on the VHS. But then we were starting to get, I don't know what happened to most of the VHS tapes, but we started getting DVDs, and all the way 2005. We had like Looney Tunes, this, Lord of the Rings, a bunch of Goosebumps, and then this bad boy right here, Freddy vs. Jason. Iconic movie, and I'm super happy I can play DVDs on a PlayStation 2 because that looks awesome. I remember I played Child's Play on this. I played the Chucky movie on this years ago. But yeah, 2006. Over the years, eventually, 2006, I might have actually got, and I played an original Xbox at this point too, like Halo 2 and all that, but I think 2006 was largely the same library of games. I think I got a couple more of these GameCube games over the years, such as this reproduction cart of Sunshine. That's why it's so flat. Some of these are reproduction copies that are like in the back of a shelf. So 2007, this is when I got Nintendo DS. Now my original DS system is in a bag over here, a Goodwrench bag over there, and the buttons got super messed up, so I eventually got my grandpa's old DS that he used to play on, which is this nice looking DS Lite right here. I actually never had the original DS. I always had a Lite, and a lot of the clothes I've gotten over the years, I actually still have a lot that are from when I was younger. I probably won't look at much of my wardrobe here. So 2007, this is when we got these pictures, and I went on my first big trip to the Midwest. So there's those pictures right there. And 2008, this is when this came into play, this Wii, and all of these controllers, which work exceptionally well when they want to. But yeah, the Wii came into play. This thing is very hot. Why is this thing hot? Anyway, this is the same system I've had since 2008, although I got it at the end of the year, because most of the stuff I was getting that year was for systems I already owned. And in 2009, that's when I really bumped up my catalog here, my library of games. That's when I got this Goosebumps game, and I got Bowser's Inside Story, and I got the poster of it right over there. So a lot of this stuff, like Serpentera, that Serpentera we've had since the 90s, and I was getting that from my school when I sang and did t-ball and other clubs. And this is my brother's stuff, but I went to some of his baseball, soccer games. I was kind of like an assistant coach even. I went and, you know, huddled with the team. But yeah, you can even see, like, I think you can see when this was bought. I don't know. This is from 09 for sure. The Mario Kart DS was from 09. 2010. Now we're in the 2010s. This is when I got the rest of the Wii games I have, such as this one. And I was playing a lot of stuff at the kiosks over the years, Kmart, GameStop, Game Crazy, if you guys remember Hollywood Video. I actually have a lot of books over the years I've collected from school and whatnot. You know, even stuff from Hollywood Video that I've collected over the years, brochures and whatnot. And here's the original box that everything came in. And, you know, let's even open the closet here so you can really see the majority of the stuff that I've collected over the years. Now we can get into stuff from the 2010s. So 2011, this is when I started getting 3DSs. And I believe that's the original one I got right there. And in 2012, some of the, like, the clothes I've gotten, there's a bunch of GameCube games I got in 2019 right there that don't even have games in them. They're just cases, but I've eventually gotten an emulator that has those games, so I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, I mean, 2012, I got more of these 3DS games. That's stuff that's back here. Sorry about that. this is Super Nintendo games I got in 2011 at a Goodwill, and there's the system right there next to the original Nintendo. And 2013, I got the rest of my 3DS games in a basket right there. But again, I even gave away games in this time period as well. So yeah, and then obviously in the 2010s, most of these Xbox 360 games we collected and got these. And even like a PC game I was getting at this point. There's a lot more out in another room that's mine. We got a lot of PC games out there. A computer I have had since 2011. You've guys seen that room. That's my headquarters that I do my reaction videos. But eventually, that's where a lot of our PC games are, and yearbooks and just other miscellaneous stuff. I might do a separate tour of that if you want that. I will do that, and cover the years that's in there, which is probably from like 2005 to now. So yeah, I think 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017, that's like the rest of the stuff. That's when I got Dreamcast games, and I got the Dreamcast from the mall that I had nearby. I was also getting these controllers over the years. My brother got this for his PC in his room, so it doesn't work for the console. My brother has gotten stuff over the years as well. This is when we got a PlayStation 4, which we lost the cord to, and we had gotten a Wii U with the games, and we finally got a Switch with the first game being Odyssey. Now the Switch, the rest of the consoles in my brother's room. The Wii U's right here, and yeah, that was like all the systems I got up to that year. And with 2018 and 2019, I was getting the rest of my library set for my 3DS. I think it was the Luigi's Mansion game, and up till 2020 is when I finished my Switch library of games. And I've gotten more stuff from the Midwest because I went back to the Midwest, and even these tickets to concerts and stuff I got over the 2010s here. Graduated in 2018 from my high school, and would have had stuff from Westchester. I have a Westchester University shirt, but I actually ended up not going there. So instead, I started working at my local supermarket, which is this stuff right here, and my hat's over there. And I think I even got both of these posters in the 2010s as well. This one and this one. And even that basketball net. And this stuff we've had forever in the corner of this room. This room was actually built because I was being born. This room was built because of my announcement of being put into this world. So this whole room, this side of the house was built specifically for me to be born and raised in. So this is actually really amazing. So 2020s, 2020 and 21, that's when I probably got this outfit, stuff on this desk here. Like this was a Christmas gift, and like a razor and stuff like that, and stuff I have in this nightstand, like currency and stuff I've collected, and just these books and whatever I've collected. This is all recent stuff. And when I moved out, my family members, like I got this in 2023, this bookshelf, and all these hats I got. Well, that was great. You know what? Back to the closet with you. You are banned. And I think I got this GTA 4 poster from 2022. My friend Derek, you've seen him in the video. He gave me some more games here and finished out my library here. And I have a Anbernic RGB 1400 or whatever it's called. That is my emulator system, and I got that in 2024. Even like all the shoes I've gotten over the years, and my whole wardrobe has been completed finally. Yeah, 2010 I got a drone, or 2016 I mean, 2017, stuff I've collected from my friends. That bag has a lock of my hair that I had cut back in 2020, I think, or 2021. And I literally put a lock of my hair, because it was the hair I cut, because I had it grown out so much in the 2021. So when I got my hair cut, I asked the not barber, the hair cutter person, Billy. Her name was Billy, that we hired, and I told her to put it in a bag and take it home with me. So I took it in a bag and took it home with me. So yeah, that's something I did in the 2020s. Glasses I wear and cameras I've had, GoPros and all that stuff, drones. I mean, I've tried, but I never really used all these. And yes, I've read all these books. Magnet, the old phone that I had, that used to be an iPhone 6. I'm using an iPhone 12. I've used an iPhone 13. So yeah, I mean, gosh, I mean, you have stuff from every single year in here. This is like a time capsule. Like batteries, I just got this year, are sitting right here. A fishing license I got 2 years ago, 2024. A ticket I got in 24. This mirror I've had since 2012. Keychain, 5-year pendant that I got in 2023, I think, from my store. Old pictures of me. That's a ticket from like 2012. And then this I got in 2023 as well. Finished my strategy guide collection there. And so there you have it, Skyrim. And that's the last poster. So yeah, and then just the rest of this stuff I have here, books and stuff, 2010s, 2020s. When I got rid of my giant TV I had in here at one point, that's in a really old video I had. I had cable, and so I got rid of cable and kept the remote for some reason. But for this television, my stuff is not there. There's a basketball, by the way. I have a remote. Yeah, here's a remote. But yeah, when I go urban exploring, I had like a piece of a flower that stuck to me, and I had it here, but my mom threw it out. So I just put this Nike symbol here because it ripped off my clothes. But like all this stuff is from like the 2010s. I used to love drumming, being a percussionist. So I have this, and this is like a collection of deodorant sticks. Like I've got that this year. This year I got that too. Amazing movie, by the way. This is another great one too. So yeah, just got this stuff over the years. There's my school right there. But yeah, it's a large collection here. I'm trying to keep it quiet because other people in the house will hear me. But yeah, I just got these memory cards this year too from my friend. A couple games, Kingdom Hearts. I got Kingdom Hearts this year from him. And then like video game accessory stuff. Old devices are in there. Those old controllers, like these controllers, I got this from an abandoned house. I went exploring. I found this and a sword at a house that was abandoned. So that's pretty much everything, man. Other than the clothes, I haven't shown any of the clothes, but you don't need to see that. You see my wardrobe. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, the old Atari 2600 and Genesis consoles that I got over the years, and a sandboard that we had forever. And this isn't, it used to just be my room, because it used to be me and my brother's room. I used to sleep right here, and me and my brother used to share a bunk bed, but then it was just his bed, and he slept over there. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much everything. So thank you all for watching this 20-minute video. My name is Wiggs, and I'll tune in to the next one.